Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to counter-strafe in Valorant, not only because a lot of you guys requested it before in my last video, but also because it's one of the most important concepts you have to understand if you want to be able to play Valorant at a higher level, or you just want to have a massive advantage over your colleagues at the lower levels. Not that they're colleagues, I don't know why I call them colleagues. It's not like you go to work with them, unless you are like a Valorant streamer or something, but if you are a streamer then you're probably going to be spending so much time that you're not at the lower ranks at all, so... Anyway though, before I get into exactly how you should counter-strafe, I should probably go over why you're going to want to do it. So anyway, if you know anything about Valorant or its bigger brother CSGO, you know that you're going to have to be standing completely still to have an accurate shot. You can also crouch, but that's a different story. The point is, you're going to want to be still if you want to get an accurate shot off. But alas, to get to places, you're going to have to be moving around a lot. If you want to go to a site, if you want to defend a site, if you want to go anywhere, you're going to have to be moving around. So how do I go from moving in one direction to stopping as fast as possible so we can get an accurate shot as fast as you physically can? If you couldn't guess already, you should probably work on your analytical skills, but anyway, it's going to be by counter-strafing. Now for this example, I'm going to use the WASD movement keys just because it's, the most basic, the most popular. It's going to explain it to the most people. Why wouldn't I do that? Why do I have to give an explanation to you? Why you're not even asking this question? The point is, for the majority of players, when they want to stop, all they do is let go of the key that they're clicking. So for example, if they're clicking D to go right, all they do is let go of D. Now while this does stop you, it doesn't stop you as fast as you can get it, and there's going to be so many times where those precious few moments are the reason you die. Simply letting go of the movement key will not stop you as fast as you need it to, so that's why you have counter-strafing. And how you do this is actually a really simple way. Say I'm holding down D to go right, all I have to do is let go of D and click A at the same time, which is my left. So example, if I'm going left, all I have to do is let go of my left key and then click right at the same time. If I'm holding down W or forward and I want to stop, all I have to do is let go of W and at the same time click S or my key from my backwards, which will stop me a little bit faster. Doing this is going to make you stop a fraction of a second faster, which will make all the difference in a lot of your fights. If you don't understand exactly why this works, it's pretty much that while all your momentum is going one way, the best way to, make you stop as fast as possible isn't just to stop the momentum, it's to introduce a little bit of momentum from the opposite direction, so you will reach that equilibrium a little bit faster. I don't know why I'm pulling out science terms for this, but all you have to do is pretty much just click the opposite direction key to make you stop a little bit faster. Now simply understanding how to counter-strafe from my beautiful words isn't going to be enough to get you to actually counter-strafe. To truly get the hang of it, you're going to want to jump into a little bit of the firing range just so you can get it fully down. So here I am in the Valorant firing range, and just because I understand, the concepts of how to counter-strafe doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to be good at it. The way you can practice and make sure that you are actually good at it is make sure that you try to shoot as fast as possible after you counter-strafe. The best way to see if your counter-strafing is actually good is by counter-strafing and seeing if the first bullet is accurate. Because simply understanding how to counter-strafe isn't going to be enough to make you a better player. You're going to have to use it properly so you can have an accurate first shot. As you can see, I can counter-strafe pretty well, so I can have a pretty accurate first shot. This is in between moving. But for a lot of people, and for me as well, I used to not be that fantastic of a counter-strafer. You could be counter-strafing pretty much perfectly, but you just shoot a little bit early. As you can see, sometimes my bullet is inaccurate, but I am counter-strafing in between. So if you just practice and you understand exactly, when to shoot your shot, then you're going to be able to stop pretty much instantly and be able to get a nice shot. To make sure you're actually good at counter-strafing, I really suggest that you jump into this and try it for yourself, because while you can counter-strafe and, while you may have the skills to be able to actually do it, you might not know exactly what timing you should have for, being able to hit an accurate shot. I have a pretty good hang of it because I had to practice for this video, but back then I also knew how to counter-strafe because I came from Counter-Strike where you also have to counter-strafe, but just because I understood how to do it doesn't mean I used it properly. For example, I stopped a little bit too early, and as you can see, that can make for pretty inaccurate shots. Even though, I'm technically counter-strafing, I just shoot a little bit too early, and that's going to mess you up entirely. So just make sure whenever you're playing, you're going to be counter-strafing fully, and then stopping, and then shooting. Also, just understand that in Valorant as a whole, this isn't exactly related to counter-strafing, but if you do counter-strafe, this might hurt you a little bit more. Just because you walk in a room and you counter-strafe instantly doesn't mean you should shoot the second you counter-strafe. Make sure you always get for good first shot accuracy, because that's the most important thing to have in this game, because spraying this game is often very ineffective, so just make sure your first priority is always getting that good first shot, because while you can counter-strafe incredibly fast, if you counter-strafe and then you just shoot automatically, you're not going to have a very good shot. So just make sure that whenever you're picking an angle that enemies are going to be around, you do counter-strafe and then you're going to spend your time aiming so you can get a good first shot, and then you actually shoot. If you do have a little bit of better aim, then of course you could just try and flick, but obviously that's not going to be, very reliable. Flicking is the least reliable type of aiming you should focus on, so just make sure whenever you're counter-strafing, you do get that good first shot, because that's the most important thing to winning aim duels in Valorant. Thank you guys all so much for watching. That was how you counter-strafe in Valorant. If you have any suggestions of videos you want me to make, just leave them in the comments. That's how this video is made. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, or if you don't subscribe, I don't really care. You can do whatever you want. It's free life, but it's not that bad of a decision. I'd recommend it. And hope to see you guys all in my next video. Peace out.